From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2K25 showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said, since his arrival at Clash at the Castle in 2022, Solo Sikoa has consistently been involved in WWE's biggest moments and biggest matches. He's been victorious in War Games. He's repeatedly enforced the Bloodline's will to maintain Roman Reigns' status as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
I brought Solo in as an insurance policy. Solo was here to protect me. Solo was here to maintain the Promised Land. He's violent. He's strong. He's fast. He's all those things. And he betrayed me. Any man who would betray me must be a very dangerous man.
Solo defeated John Cena. Solo elected to betray your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in an attempt to bestow upon himself the title of tribal chief. When I refused to acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief, you are not my tribal. He, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu put me through a table in Madison Square Garden. And that led to opportunities to compete for the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's led to more visibility with Solo's rogue bloodline ruling over SmackDown. Every choice Solo made only furthered his standing in WWE. He has the bloodlust of the wild Samoans, the brutality of his cousin Yokozuna, and the single-minded focus of Roman Reigns, all rolled into one. There is no question. The future is his for the taking, and that he will be champion many times over, and that he may set records of his own before it's all said and done. Few men have so quickly served notice to all of WWE in the manner that Solo Sikoa has done. Whether you want to acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. One way or another, Solo Sikoa forces you to do just that, or you will suffer severe consequences. One by one, each and every single superstar on the WWE roster is going to find that out. Solo will make sure of it. I, of course, will simply await any and every opportunity for your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to teach Solo some manners. Until that happens, though, we are taking you back to the one-year anniversary special for NXT 2.0, which saw then North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and indeed, he is him, issue an open challenge. Unfortunately for the future superstar, it was to be answered by Solo Sikoa, and things went as well for Hayes as you can probably guess. Showcase the unrelenting fury that has made Solo Sikoa nearly unstoppable and defeat Carmelo Hayes to earn Solo his first championship victory. It won't be easy against Carmelo, especially when he has Trick Williams watching his back. And if you make one mistake against the champ, he'll take his shot and most likely hit nothing but net.
Here comes the A-Champ.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the NXT North American Championship. Accompanied by Trick Williams, he is the NXT North American Champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Mello and Trick looking so pleased with themselves after attacking Wes Lee.
NXT 2.0 celebrating its first anniversary, all thanks to amazing talent like this man.
Hayes has a look right now. He probably thinks he's getting the night off and another day on his North American title reign.
Well, after what Mello and Trick just did to Wes Lee, who's going to have the guts to step up and take Lee's place?
What? This place is shaking!
We never thought we'd see Sikoa again.
His opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa!
And Solo is dressed to fight, too. I really didn't think we'd see him again.
We saw him at Clash at the Castle 10 days ago where he cost Drew McIntyre the WWE Universal Championship.
Well, as far as I'm personally concerned, Sikoa isn't welcome around here. Mello needs the night off.
Well, Mello talks about wearing the biggest crown in the WWE, but it's Sikoa who sits at the biggest table in WWE.
Well, he wasn't exactly invited to sit at this table now, was he?
We said to expect the unexpected. Is this title match going to happen?
As we say it. WWE expect the unexpected. We expected Wes Lee to be Carmelo Hayes' opponent here, but instead, we have the surprise return of Solo Sikoa as he's claimed his title opportunity.
Solo Sikoa, fresh off joining the Bloodline, is here. He has answered the call, and we indeed have an NXT North American title defense tonight for NXT 2.0's one-year celebration.
Did you see Mello's reaction when Sikoa's music hit? As we say at WWE, expect the unexpected. We expected Wes Lee to be Carmelo Hayes' opponent here, but instead, we have the surprise return of Solo Sikoa as he's claimed his title opportunity.
Solo Sikoa, fresh off joining the Bloodline, is here. He has answered the call, and we indeed have an NXT North American title defense tonight for NXT 2.0's one-year celebration.
Solo Sikoa already with the strategic advantage, taking Hayes by surprise and challenging him for the North American title.
And the Street Champ needs to continue to be unpredictable if he wants that championship. He's got two sets of eyes watching his every move, so he needs to outmaneuver both Melo and Trick to succeed.
You got to imagine that Roman Reigns, the Usos, even Paul Heyman are watching this match closely right now.
Oh, absolutely, Cole. We're talking about the man who has held the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship for 744 days. And the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, who have held those titles for 422 days.
Record-breaking reigns of both singles and tag team competition. If Solo captures the North American title tonight, who knows how long he'll keep it for? Kick to the back.
Man. Uh-oh. Samoan drop. Strong words from Carmelo Hayes before this match saying, quote, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and Melo has the biggest crown and the heaviest head.
Melo has indeed proven worthy of said crown, but he's face-to-face with a man who has a seat at the biggest table in WWE.
Well, both men have earned their status thus far, that's for sure.
Unceremoniously deposited down.
Uh-oh. Has to run away out of this.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down. Caught with a clothesline.
Lifts their opponent's legs and that's a free fall.
Did you see Melo's reaction when Sikoa's music hit? Hayes looked like he saw a ghost.
Solo's been saying he got next for the North American Championship, but that was a long time ago. Melo thought Sikoa was in his rearview mirror.
These two men took...
And Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick right to the midsection. Melo taking it to Sikoa here.
The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance.
What a chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way. Well, at least momentarily.
And momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict more punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever.
Solo has the mindset to destroy anyone in the way of him in the NXT North American Championship.
Turns that in his favor. Trick Williams has been quite the difference maker for Carmelo Hayes over the last year. How many times?
Got the cover. Looking to hang on to the title.
And he only stays down for a 1 count.
Wow. I thought for sure that was it. Snapmare takeover, followed by big boot.
Had it scouted. Now can capitalize.
A string of counters.
Slam! What impact!
You got to be impressed by both Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes. They've taken NXT 2.0 by storm over the last year.
Yes.
Uh-oh, he could be looking for a submission here.
Stunning display of power.
Carmelo Hayes is in trouble. He's trying somehow to hang on, but he may have to tap out or he may have no choice.
Melo is struggling.
And he very quickly counters.
Clothesline!
Off with their head.
He looks defenseless as he struggles to get his bearings.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
What a main event this has been for the one-year anniversary of NXT 2.0.
And without this rebranding, Solo Sikoa may have never had the opportunity to show the world what he can do.
And if Solo didn't have this breakout year, maybe his cousin Roman Reigns wouldn't have trusted him enough to be part of the bloodline.
And a kick. Cover to be crowned champion. Fights out at 2.
That is just pure instinct at this point.
Oh, Sikoa holding him at bay.
A chain of reversals here. Every motion getting cut off.
Placed him in the corner. Point of the elbow, nailed it. Reflexes to stop Sikoa. Ooh.
Big uppercut rocks the jaw of Carmelo Hayes. Ripped out of the corner.
Looking to put him away, and now Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction.
Trick paying dividends. Ooh. First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa drop by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too.
And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky.
Ooh. Spinning Solo.
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's your chance, Solo. The title could be yours.
Great flurry of offense from Solo.
And it looks like Solo has all the answers for Carmelo at this point.
Incoming!
Elbow drop! Taking a chance one more time and landing with... incredible impact.
Uh-oh.
Counters to gain the advantage. His arm showed up the mat before one. He kicks out at 2.
He just won't give up.
What a way to celebrate a year of NXT 2.0. Two of its brightest stars going to war for the North American title.
Solo and Melo showing just how they've revitalized this brand.
Now Carmelo is feeling the pressure.
Solo is stifling the opposition now.
The whole ring in between them.
And he's going to the outside, which will start a count out. And he gets delivered back into the ring.
Goes into the corner. Proof these superstars have done their homework. The whole ring in between them, and a collision in the corner.
Sikoa showing plenty of intensity here.
Heavy work being done to Hayes right now.
Here we go again. He made his point. Concentrate on the match instead of everything outside of it.
Man.
Countering that offense.
Carmelo able to take a stand there.
He's still hanging on, still in this thing.
What a vicious shot.
Winding up. Boom! Samoan spike.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
Kick out, kick out. The champion stays alive.
What a display of stamina. The champ showing they are truly worthy of this title.
But things might only get harder from here.
Big move, but it's still unable to end this.
Sikoa and Hayes both pulling out all the stops. What a battle for the North American title.
The A-champ and the Street champ are taking each other to the limit.
Fires back with a crucial elbow.
Big forearm.
What a raucous crowd here tonight. Spinning solo.
Cover, cover, cover.
2.
What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner, and new NXT North American Champion, Solo.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase, and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. But I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive?
I ain't doing this one.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here in front of 44,000 plus is the greatest champion of all time, transcending the business. And tonight, it's personal. For 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated everyone. And luckily for Roman, he's had a special counsel and his cousins to help him keep cool, keep focused, and concentrate on the business at hand.
Now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside. And without those calming forces, Corey, cracks started to form last night in Roman's armor.
No telling how Roman's going to handle things on his own. It's been years since he competed on his own. But that's the situation we're seeing right now for the Tribal Chief. In recent weeks, Seth Rollins touched on the one thing that Roman Reigns has not been able to get over: the dissolution of the Shield at the hands of Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man, and what Seth Rollins did to his family was cowardly in the eyes of the head of the table, the tribal chief, the man who was blessed by the gods of sports entertainment.
Corey, on SmackDown last night, we saw one thing that we haven't seen out of Roman Reigns. We saw Roman Reigns lose his cool.
Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth and his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
It's been interesting watching Reigns throughout these introductions, muttering to himself at times. Honestly, Rollins seems to be in Roman's head. Bell ring. In the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event kicks off with a match between two former brothers. Roman Reigns in his record 516-day reign as Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the Shields.
Rollins looks very comfortable in that tactical vest yet again.
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Tribal Chief. We haven't seen Roman with this type of look, this type of confusion in 500-plus days.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Oh, stop right to the hand. You have to imagine the disdain it takes to repeatedly stop someone like that. Clothesline.
What impact. Roman Reigns focusing that anger, using it to get the advantage over Seth Rollins.
Oh, man, just punishing.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget big move followed up with a pin attempt.
He's really trying to rush this match. Schoolboy.
Uh-oh. Super kick!
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started.
Now shoulders down.
Here we go.
He couldn't make much of that pin attempt.
Using the elbow as a weapon. Oh, he had that scouted. Maybe time to start burning it down. Rollins is starting to roll. And there was some force on that move. Rollins pulling out all the stops early. Roman Reigns needs to kick into higher gear to catch back up.
As was set up in the corner of the ring.
Rollins with a reversal. Stops that offense from connecting. And he scores a reversal on Rollins.
You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half. But Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, the Demon Finn Balor, even John Cena. But Reigns has to be bothered by the fact that he has never been able to knock off Rollins in a premium lottery match in his career. Never successfully defended a title against Rollins.
Indeed, two of the biggest PLE losses of Roman Reigns' career have been at the hands of Seth freaking Rollins. At Money in the Bank in 2016, Rollins defeated Reigns for the WWE title. And a year prior to that, Rollins committed the heist of the century and used the Money in the Bank to steal Roman's WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania.
Ooh, bang! The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of the story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on this
Up high!
all the way down to the floor.
A gruesome landing. I don't know how you walk away from that.
Reigns
Rollins laying down the gauntlet for his opponent.
Here we go again. He made his point. Concentrate on the match instead of everything outside of it. And he comes in under the ropes now.
This is just someone saying, bang. Maybe that'll teach him not to take his eye off the ball.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
Ooh, caught with a knee to the mush.
Back into the ring now.
Ooh.
Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count.
I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the Bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Oh, champ's down. This one's for everything. Oh, close call makes the champ nervous.
Getting that shoulder up now is huge. Wow, what a shot. Rollins continuing to mock Reigns, continuing to infuriate him as he attacks the Tribal Chief.
Big forearm.
Look out. There's the pin for the championship. Shoulders are down.
He did it. Rollins wins the title.
Here is your winner.
I ain't doing this.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth.
It's been interesting watching Reigns throughout these introductions, muttering. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event kicks off with a match between two former brothers. Roman Reigns in his record 516-day reign as Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the Shield.
Rollins looks very comfortable in that tactical vest yet again.
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Tribal Chief. We haven't seen Roman with this type of look, this type of confusion in 500+ days.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
He puts him into the corner.
Shoulder right to the midsection.
Man, what timing on that counter. Single leg drop kick caught him.
Oh, missed connection.
Seth Heartbreaking Rollins has made it extremely personal with Roman Reigns. Years ago when he destroyed the Shield, and again in the lead up to this match.
And if I'm Roman, I'm taking all that aggression and ending this quickly. Go full force and incapacitate Rollins ASAP, because the longer Reigns fights with all his rage, the more potential he has to make a tactical error.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget all of that tonight. Rollins is already playing next-level mind games in this match. Reigns cannot let Paul Heyman's actions affect him. Systematic attack on that arm.
A bone-rattling knee.
What a reversal by Reigns. Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control to keep his...
That'll teach him not to showboat in the middle of a match. Reigns seems to be taking just a little bit more pleasure than he usually does as he piles on the attacks. The disdain he has for Rollins is off the charts.
Brought in the hard way.
The champ taking command, effectively using the knee.
Oh, devastating kick. Uh-oh. And it is the pin for the championship. And he gets the shoulder up before two.
Kicking out there really has to make his opponent question his game plan.
Oh, man.
He didn't need that eyebrow anyway.
And he retaliates. Sent into the corner.
These two are finding an answer for everything.
So to the stomach.
Reigns so close to finishing this, he can taste it. Ending Rollins and closing the book on the Shield will be his biggest victory yet.
Non-stop blows.
You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief. Oh, watch this display of power.
But his torso continues to be the target here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to mount any sort of attack for him now. Blow to the abdomen gets them out of that. What a display here. Counters on both sides. Ooh. Oh.
Ah, look at this. Just cranking it out. Cranking the head.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay. Every counter being answered with another.
Rollins continuing to mock Reigns, continuing to infuriate him as he attacks the Tribal Chief.
Headed to the outside.
But for what reason?
What a reversal.
Delivered into the barricade. The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of the story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game. Steering clear there.
Ooh, that hurt right in the kidney.
Golly.
They are feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down
and a series of vicious stomps.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
He's able to make the count just in time.
Snap suplex.
And Roman fights back.
Isolating their opponent's arm and delivering nasty stomps.
I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the Bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Look at this. This can't be good.
Textbook jumping clothesline. Oof.
And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
Into the steel steps. That's got to be a tide turner.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half.
Look out!
Look out below! The airtime, the fearlessness. What a ridiculous maneuver to the outside.
Falcon arrow. Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the official's count. Into the barricade.
Oh, my God.
He's really pushing the limit here, getting close to a count out.
Sent into the stairs. That'll stop anybody.
Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
Measuring him now, lining it up.
And that canceled out Reigns' offense. Heading back into the ring now. Look at Reigns, top rope.
From the top. Whoa, what a landing.
That's going to be on highlight reels for a long time.
Incredible courage to even attempt that.
To the face.
Driven down STO.
Going for the pin. Title on the line. Kicks out.
Getting dangerously close to ending it all there.
Lifted up. What's next?
Beautiful transition.
And now the cover. A kick out at 2.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. No one can.
Superman punch!
Absolutely laid Rollins out. The Tribal Chief has acquired the target. This ends now. That's it. The title's going nowhere.
Reigns in the corner, ready to strike.
The spear by Reigns.
Devastating maneuver by the champion.
Reigns, Rollins, Both men are waging an epic battle.
For years, these Shield brothers would go town to town and beat the competition to a pulp. Tonight, they're doing it to each other.
And Seth taking some time to, well, who knows what his thought process is at this point. Oh, answer that with a stiff knee.
I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now.
And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys. Guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the Tribal Chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
Well, there's
move
your
locked
answer.
in. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap there? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the Tribal Chief past his boiling point.
And into the turnbuckle he goes.
Ooh, he fends that off. Whoa, hold on. Things turn around quickly. Oh, and it's reversed.
Caught the clothesline attempt. Back and forth, trading reversals.
Oh, look at this. Just cranking the head. That's got to hurt.
Just cranking the head.
Bringing this back into the ring.
And the clothesline.
Trying to wrestle free their opponent's arm. Has the arm trapped.
Goodness gracious.
Seth losing any command of this match.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
Reigns with a Superman punch.
And Reigns unleashed absolutely everything he had on Rollins there.
The head of the table. And Seth freaking Rollins are at war right now.
Bombs being thrown between these Shield brothers, but Superman punch by Reigns.
There's the spear. Perfect execution. chance.
Goes for the pin. He kicked out at 2.
I don't believe it. How did the challenger survive that?
By the skin of their teeth. And don't expect the champ to start going easy on him now.
Reigns now realizing that he's facing an even tougher level of opponent than usual tonight. Oh, man, taking it to the trachea. Reigns establishing the upper hand.
And you can see Seth is being run into... Here it comes!
Stop! Could that be enough to gain the title?
The cover! Whoa! Unbelievable! Kick out at 1?
Unbelievable. More like inhuman.
And we know Rollins has a temper. You have to think he's starting to get in his own head a bit.
Reigns delivers a Superman punch. Not dead yet.
Will the champ make that pay off?
Rollins being put into the guillotine. This is the biggest danger Seth has faced.
This is the tightest I've ever seen Roman squeeze this submission. This could be it. We could see a tap out any second now.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still
Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Here it comes. Legs are locked up. You better believe it is. Lucky 13 is locked in. This thing's over.
This is grueling. Look at the torque happening here.
It's like living in a torture chamber.
Oh, look at this.
Trying to turn it around. How impressive was that?
Textbook jumping clothesline.
Oof.
Oh, man. Right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Punch. Nasty.
Roman Reigns focusing that anger, using it to get the advantage over Seth Rollins.
Just like that, Roman gets stopped.
Saw it coming and avoided it.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the Bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that
Rollins! Here comes Seth! Sling blade!
Rollins in complete control.
Rollins pulling out all the stops early. Roman Reigns needs to...
Up high!
Oh, man, he landed rough there.
Propped up in the corner. Shoulder to the stomach.
So ruthless.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those common forces,
here we go for the championship. 3. No, he kicked out.
that's really as close as it gets.
Well, I think we know what Rollins is thinking now. Stop! We might see a new champion crown.
Cover!
Grabbing hold of the ropes, a wily move to save his chances in this matchup.
Right on the arm. He knew what was coming there. Placed him in the corner here. Clothesline in the corner. Oh, look at it torture their opponent.
Uh-oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh, man. Just cranking the head. Uh-oh. Dropping the elbow right on the knee. Elbow drop. Oh, what are they going to do? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Hour. No way.
Roman's on a roll here.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman.
Trapped in the corner. Non-stop blows. You want to wear your shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared.
Firing with a straight shot there. Answering back.
Boom. Back and forth. Neither one giving up any ground.
Rollins continuing to mock Reigns, continuing to infuriate him as he attacks the Tribal Chief. Oh, man. WWE Universe appreciating these athletes going all out.
Caught in a bad spot. Big powerbomb. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. Says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over. That it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who'd have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
Over the top and lands awkwardly outside.
He's got to mind the count-out rules as he heads ringside.
Good golly, driven directly into the steel stairs.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of the story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game.
Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count.
Superman punch from Reigns. Absolutely lit.
Here comes Reigns. The champ is in control.
Immediate cover after the impact. And a kick out.
Somehow, this title is still up for grabs. Reigns sizing up the target.
He finds a counter.
Oh, my God.
Went for the springboard and miss. Reigns, Rollins, both men are waging it.
Rollins lining it up.
Here comes the stop. RKO instead. Kick to the gut.
Uh-oh. Bell rings. The WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns, over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Sidewalk slam! Almost drove him through the ring.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle. Non-stop blows.
Oh, wow. Get a look at that horrible gash on Seth's face.
There was some power behind that punch.
Roman Reigns focusing that anger, using it to get the advantage over Seth Rollins.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
He could be enjoying the moment too much, giving his opponent a lot of room to recover. Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on.
Oh, that'll weaken your arm. And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget all of that tonight. Rollins is already playing next-level mind games in this match. Reigns cannot let Paul Heyman's actions affect him.
Into the ring again now. Rollins got surprised there. Closed fist connects.
Dropped with a suplex. I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
And they were just sent flying on that one.
It wasn't the height or distance that caused the damage, but they certainly contributed.
Oh, man, meeting the barricade.
Tossed back into the ring.
The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of the story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game.
What a punch! Not a good spot to be in. Oklahoma slam. Here we go again. He made his point. Concentrate on the match instead of everything outside of it.
Going up, Going down, punches and counters out.
Oh, and Rollins. Here comes Seth. Sling blade.
Rollins in, for the title.
Oh, he kicked out. Not yet.
Kick to the gut. Dragged around into a neck breaker.
Look at this. Boom. Nice. Reigns cuts him off.
Crushing the knee there. I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear, delivering nasty stomps.
Oh, tossed to ringside. He's making his way to ringside now.
Oh, heavy contact into the steel steps.
What's he open to find down there?
This one's heading to the outside.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Gets lifted into position. Shoulders down to retain. Almost ended it there.
What do you have to do to put this guy away? Good grief. That's a chop that'll wake you up.
Each athlete finding an answer for everything thrown at them.
Being carried around now.
Oh, man, right to the esophagus. Rollins continuing to mop. What a spear by Reigns.
Perfect execution by the champion.
Makes a cover.
What in the world?
It was almost just lights out on their championship dreams.
Let's see if that kick out was a spark, or is it the challenger's last gasp?
It's not often we see the tribal chief held up in the 1-yard line. You have to think Roman will want to dial up that maneuver one more time. Clothesline takes him down.
Forget about it. Oh no, trapping the arm. Vicious stomp to the hand.
Just punishing their opponent.
Ugly but effective counter. Foot to the face.
Pull back in. Belly-to-belly suplex. Isolating their opponent's arm. And oh!
And a series of vicious stomps. Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
Reigns is wasting no motion.
The power and rage of the tribal chief is just overwhelming Rollins here. Rollins with an homage to the game.
Look at that. This emphatically. What a pedigree.
Directly into the cover.
The damage is done. It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank. Oh, man, what a boot. Reigns, Rollins, both men are waging an epic battle.
For years, these Shield brothers would go town to town and beat the competition to a pulp. Tonight, they're doing it to each other.
Dropping the elbow right on the knee.
He's able to counter that.
Rollins looking to end it. Stop!
Are we headed towards a title change?
And going for the pin. The champ kicks at it, too.
I knew it would take more than that to put the champ away.
But just how much more is needed? The end could still be right around the corner.
What a battle Rollins has waged so far, but he's not finished yet. These two are clearly fired up, going blow for blow.
Oh! Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. Rollins just oozing confidence out of his pores. He's got the champ on the ropes right now. Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Boom, right at the button. Superman punch!
Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother.
He's heading to the outside. Better watch for the referee's count.
Holy, meet the barricade. Revolution knee.
Cuts off their offense with a swift elbow to the gut.
The champ might have just sealed things. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the tribal chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns.
Reigns has identified the target. Still.
And there it is. The title's not going. What's he doing? He had this match in the bag.
And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games, Reigns on the money with a Superman punch.
Finish things off. There's the spear by the Tribal Chief.
Makes the cover.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Champion,
Roman Reigns has finally done it. Finally earned that title defense against Seth Rollins. Finally exercised the ghost of the Shield.
It looks like a huge weight has been lifted from the shoulders of the Tribal Chief. Roman may never forgive Rollins, but now...
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the Tribal Chief in Roman Reigns' absence, I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking. I'm the chief now! Now we all know what happened when the OG bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new Rogue bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2K25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's Rogue bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn, versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only bloodline. This is where the bloodline's legacy and the bloodline's future is in your hands.
The following contest is the men's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows.
The bloodline is in chaos. This wrestling dynasty is on the brink of collapse. And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, first two combatants. Is locked in the War Game structure. The original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline in the match beyond.
The WWE Universe has wanted to see this war for some time, gentlemen. Roman and his old guard versus Solo and the new crew.
So many questions. Can Roman's teammates put their past animosity aside? Can the rest of Solo's gang handle a match against competitors with more War Games experience?
Well, Byron, I think we'll know the answer to all those questions in just a matter of minutes. OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And that is Roman's legacy. Those names, this group, they mean something. But the Bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career. And he needs to take it back tonight. Nothing fancy here, just raw power.
The amount of force behind that is enough to knock a normal person out.
A lot to prove from the new Bloodline tonight. Gentlemen, do you think they can do it?
Absolutely, Cole. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga have been competing on a different level as of late.
They have won some major matches and earned titles too, but I worry they might not be as ready for War Games as Roman's crew. There's a lot more big match experience in general on Roman's side.
No, that may be true, but Solo's side has youth and a devil-may-care attitude that can work out tremendously inside War Games. I expect Solo's side to go all out here inside this sadistic structure.
Numbers advantage or not, he's leaving nothing to chance as he searches under the apron. 8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's squad tonight, and he'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
And I don't like it, but in War Games, a one-sided brawl is all perfectly legal. Boom!
Right to the arm. I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale.
Oh, my God, look at this. They're setting him up. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Through the table!
I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every Bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the Bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the tribal chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
Pulling him in for the
Right to the lower back.
Oh, look at this. Just cranking the head. That's going to hurt. Solo Sikoa, leader of the new Bloodline, has called himself the head of the table. Called himself the tribe.
He wants it one more time. Down by the DDT.
Jacob about to end this fight.
Oh, the shoulder claw. Look at this. Agony and pain.
Launching.
Strong impact. Look at the power shown on the exploder suplex.
Timed his defense perfectly.
Soaring. Look at Jey Uso going top rope. Uso now looking at Jey. Counting down the seconds until this match becomes a bit lopsided. If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in War Games.
Many folks think Tama Loa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tama Loa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than War Games. Old bloodline, new bloodline, both sides engaging in a brutal battle. Every one of these men is fighting with every fiber in their being to be considered the true bloodline.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, defeating the Usos, which begs the question, I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Usi?
I think he is, Corey. Sami seems elated to be fighting alongside Jay and even Jimmy. Those are his dogs.
Hey guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both bloodlines leaving it all in the ring.
The old guard and new school trading their biggest shots in one of the most
He's standing tall on top of the cage now. Being placed in the corner here. And Sami is countered. We're seconds away from these teams being at even strength. But then to Sami Zayn.
Oh my God! Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline.
Misses the target. Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here? Oh, and a scope slam. Neck breaker.
Going right after the neck. Neck breaker. Vanquish Tama.
And this has quickly become a match to be remembered.
A classic in the making. How